TNT off the grid. It's the end of another week for us. The wife, she's doing her night shift, getting the kids down. Start a new week tomorrow morning for me. Uh, we did a little archery practice last night, and today, getting my crossbow right. We're about 2 3 weeks out from the August the 24th. That is the velvet hunt here in the state of Tennessee. This is the second year that they're doing it. I know South Carolina and a few other states have been doing it for several years. I've never had the opportunity to shoot a nice buck in velvet. I've never shot at a buck in velvet at all because typically during normal archery they've already started shedding that velvet. So, archery around here starts in late September. Well, I've been hitting the trail cams and I got two decent sized bucks coming in that are working the feeding schedule like clockwork. I think I got them patterned out, and I got to talk to a couple buddies. We're gonna see if we can't get them out here on the 24th, 25th, and put one on one end of the property and me on another, and try to film it and put it up here. But the main reason this video is I wanted to do a product review. We've been trying this Moultrie game feeder. It's a hang-on. We will insert the packaging from Walmart. We did not buy this particular one at Walmart. We bought it at Rural King. What I have noticed this year on it is that out of Walmart, Rural King, and Tractor Supply in my area is the cheapest. It holds about 40 pounds of corn, straps to a tree. Deer seem to use it pretty good. The only thing that I've noticed is the lid. I've had raccoons or squirrels chewing on it, and now there's two holes in it. So I don't know how much longer the lid's gonna last, but I'll also put pictures of the day it was put out and how it has progressed over the time in the 2 months we've actually had this thing up and being used. Have gotten lots of good pictures with it. So that's really exciting. The deer don't seem to mind eating out of it, kind of like a communal feeder. We got another bag feeder. It's going to be placed here also in the ad, with the sales ad from Walmart. I also bought this at Rural King. I believe I paid $19 for it at Rural King. It holds 100 pounds of corn. Now, it's really sharp, as in it looks just like the tree it's hung on. You have to really know what you're looking for when you're just out in the woods, so it's kind of discreet like that. The bad side to it, though, is it's made of like a plastic membrane, almost like a raincoat, and the squirrels have chewed right through it. There's like two different size holes, probably that big. Squirrel goes off in it, pulls the corn out, which is okay, I guess, because it still dispenses the feed as the deer and the turkey eat it from the ground. So, it still has that gravity effect. That 100 pounds typically lasts about 1 week, and then the 40 pounder lasts about a week. So we're going through about 150 pounds of corn a week here, along with natural forage, during this early summer, late summer. We'll pull off the corn in about one more week because here in the state of Tennessee, you cannot hunt under bait after 10 days. So if you put it out, you have to make sure it's gone for 10 days. So the baited area we will be hunting won't be baited for 10 days prior to the day that we hunt. So, corn don't last long around here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, 150 pounds, it's clean in 7 days. Like, they're licking the dust off the feeders after five days. So, not really worried about that. They'll clean it out pretty quick on this last feed that we're going to put out next week. Probably Wednesday we'll put it out. So I'd say we'd be more than 10 days out on the feeding. So check the cameras this morning. Everything looked good on that. Everything's coming in. My albino deer still coming in, looks healthy. Got 4 to 5 different bucks using right now. Nothing too mature. So I'm thinking that since the mature bucks aren't here yet, that they will come in the fall like they should. We still have some buck activity. Of course, I'm no deer biologist, and I can only go off what I've seen and read from other people's publications that you don't want to see mature bucks this time of year on your property. You want to see a few fawns, a few does, some young bucks. You don't want to see the big, you know, behemoths this time of year. So I'm hoping that plays true for October, late September, early November. So, um, other than that, yeah, I mean, everything's been pretty good here on the farm. Sold some pigs today. That's about it. So the ultimate review on the Moultrie is I'd give it a, you know, 2 thumbs up. The wife really likes it. She'd buy more of them. Um, I myself, I'm mildly impressed. Takes a lot to impress me. Only thing I said is, it is plastic, so obviously critters can chew through it. I mean, it's not like it's metal. So, the whole reason for the lid is so your corn don't get wet. Well, if the critters chew through it, the rain gets to it, it's gonna get wet. So I'm gonna say that this is kind of like a throwaway feeder. You're gonna get 1 year out of it, maybe, and then, you know, you're not gonna be able to use it no more. So when I pull this feeder in a week, here's the issue. I'm gonna put it back out after the 24th, and I'll probably feed for another 2 or 3 weeks till 10 days prior to the end of September, and then we'll pull it again, and then I won't put it back out until early January. And then we won't feed as heavy on the corn. We'll do anywhere from 50 to 100 pounds in a week. Really want them to worry about the food plots and the natural forage, persimmons, the acorns, and whatnot here on the property. And the beech, and the brassica, and the clover that we've planted. For this year's hunting season. Now, that's not to say that we won't probably feed also in the spring for turkey, but it's not going to be to that level in early March when we start putting out some corn for that, for the turkey attractant. Uh, so, I mean, we'll probably use something different like a casting effect um, out in the edge of a field or something. Don't really want to use these. I'm not. I know on this other feeder, I'm not gonna get another shot. Like when I pull it, it's done. It's when I review that one on this video, you'll get what I'm saying with the squirrel holes in it. So, um, I do think maybe we get 2 seasons. I'm not for sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a follow up on the Moultrie as we go. But I will be purchasing another one for next year if they still have that or something to that similar of a design. So I'll give it, like I said, 2 thumbs up. And you know, also on that note of hunting the food plots, I'm not gonna put my stand right inside the food plot that I have. The two of them, the three. Well, it's two. It's one nice size one, like a quarter acre, and the other one's about a quarter acre, but it's split up into two eighth of an acre areas, and it's shade tolerant. So, like I said, I won't be hunting right in it. I will be hunting on a corridor going to it. Um, from what I've studied, it's not good to have your stand right in the plot. You want it kind of either in there or on the way out. Um, the way out or the way in's better because it doesn't make it a high pressure area, so it doesn't push them to go in there at night and go nocturnal, which is the ultimate goal. So we will not hunt that inside there because I've heard that you'll do good, real good the first year or two, but after that they've become wise to your game and they won't go in there until nighttime. So this bag feeder is made by Wild Game Innovations. I'm not superly impressed other than the camouflage. So when I bought this thing, you could fill it with two 50-pound bags and it worked pretty good. I had my buddy Possum over, he checked it out. He's like, "Oh man, that's pretty fly." I mean, but I was like, "Yeah, other than the fact that the squirrels put a hole in there and they're just climbing in the bag." So now it only holds about 50 pounds of corn. Once you get to 50, it starts spilling out on the ground. So it went from holding an impressive 100 to only holding 50. And I doubt that I'll be able to use it next year at all. If it makes it through this year and not bored out like at another level by the groundhog or a friggin' raccoon, I'll be surprised. Like I said, I've literally witnessed the squirrels coming out of the bag. Um, but where it's at, the deer absolutely love. The ground over there is just solid dirt. It's right in the middle of the two plots that are like one, the two eighth of an acre spots. Um, so when I pull that, I hope they stick to foraging in that area. What I will say is that when there are some deer on the bag, you can see in the cam footage that the deer foraging on the food plot and some other natural forage that I did not cut down in that area with the chainsaw or the weed eater chainsaw and whatnot that we were using. Uh, and the chainsaw, I had to pull a couple 100 feet of extension cord because uh, I don't have a gas one. I have to borrow it from my uncle and have him come over and cut for Mountain Dew. So this is not too far from my barn, so I just pulled off my barn to where I put this one at. So the topography of my land, there's a pond probably about 100 yards from the house. The barn's kind of in the middle. And so I pulled off the barn down to there. There's a couple 100 feet of cord. Got that going. Had to cut up some logs to kind of get the mower in there. It's been a couple year process, to be honest with you, cleaning up the stuff. This year was the first year we were actually able to get seed down, so it was exciting. Well, like I said, I wouldn't waste the $19 on this bag. Only good thing about it's the camouflage.